Hi, I'm Natalia, and this is Experience CTN, where we're going to learn more about CTN volunteers and producers who have supported community media over the past years. Today, I'm here with Meghan Gupta and Mishaal Yazdani with TEDxYouth AnnArbor. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, first I want to start off with what is TEDx?
So TEDx is an independently organized TED event, and there's a lot of them around the country and the world, but what's special about TEDx is that it's almost completely student-run, and it's for youth and teens in Ann Arbor to share really powerful and often controversial ideas.
Okay, and how did the TEDx and CTN partnership begin?
So Dr. Duvall, who is kind of the person who runs it at Skyline, talked to Alicia when she was doing a program at Skyline, before our first program 3 years ago, and the partnership just started, and she asked her if she would do it, and went from there.
So you said it's student run, so is it like by high schools, like who can actually join?
So students who are in middle school and high school for Ann Arbor can audition to give a talk, and the event is actually organized by high school students, mainly from Skyline, but a lot of other students from other high schools in the Ann Arbor area can also participate.
So what made you guys decide to join it?
Well, I decided to audition for a talk 2 years ago, so I actually talked in the 2016 conference, and I talked about terrorism, and it was something that was really prevalent then and still is today, so it just really inspired me to want to spread my ideas, which is why I initially auditioned and started getting involved.
And Mishaal, you spoke too, right?
Yeah, I spoke again in the 2016 conference, and after I had spoken, I realized how powerful the actual conference was, and I wanted to help the students on the board organize the event for future youth to share their ideas.
Okay, well, we actually have a clip from both your talks, so we're going to roll them right now. Let's take a look.
Thank you and good afternoon. Today, Nikita and I will be talking to you about the bridge of technology between a developed and a developing nation. We will be walking you through how we have and continue to use technological tools to focus on a small place called Grace, way over in the other hemisphere, 8,800 miles away. Grace Care Center is an orphanage and an elderly care facility, a place we like to call home, that was first established in 2002 for girls between the ages of 5 to 18 years and some destitute senior citizens who have directly been affected by the atrocities of war in Sri Lanka. Grace Care is tucked away neatly on the shores of Trincomalee, which is a port city located on the east coast of the island.
Raise your hand if you're familiar with the November 2015 terror attack in France. On the night of November 13th, a series of coordinated terrorist attacks occurred in Paris, killing and injuring citizens in the Stade de France, as well as cafes, restaurants, and music venues. But you already knew this, right? This isn't new information. On the other hand, while talking to family and friends in India, they informed me of multiple suicide bombings in Beirut, Lebanon, and Baghdad, Iraq, that occurred just hours before the attacks in Paris. How many of you are as familiar with these attacks as you are with the ones in Paris?
Okay, so Meghan, you talked about terrorism, like you said. How did you prepare for that talk?
So a lot of what I talked about was very statistical and data-based. So I did do a lot of research and looked at a lot of scientific findings and political studies, and just for writing the talk, I used those, and I interviewed people, I had a poll, and then a lot of it was just memorization. It was a 17-minute talk, so we don't have teleprompters, so it was a lot of hard memorization, but definitely worth it.
Yeah. Was this your first time working with production?
Yes, I had never worked with production before, so it was really exciting.
Okay, well, before we get too ahead, I want to ask Mishaal, because you talked about the Grace Center in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
How did you prepare for that?
So I talked about the bridge of technology between developed and developing countries, and I actually worked with another girl to do my talk. So my part of the talk was, again, very statistical based. So after I wrote it, I actually broke it into different paragraphs and started memorizing and color coding my different parts of the talk so that I would memorize it in that way.
Oh, wow. Okay, and was this also your first time working production?
Yes, it was my first time working with production.
Can you guys share a production memory you had?
We were talking about this, and we just remember this past conference, our dress rehearsal went very, very late into the night, 11:30. and we were all stressed out and like worried, and we weren't sure how it was gonna go the next day. And then me and Mishaal went up to the control room to see Alicia, and she's like, all right, like let's calm down, we'll all take care of this. And we kind of just really worked together, and we had a laugh about it. And it just like, I don't know, it just showed me that, you know, production has to be flexible. You know, people have to be flexible, they have to be considerate, and like we really all have to work together and things will get done.
Yeah, so did this experience like want to make you work in production when you get older? Because I know you're both high school, well, you just graduated, Megan, but you're a senior, Mishaal.
Yeah.
Do you think when you get older you want to work in production?
I
or
think
work
definitely,
with it?
like seeing the people work together and the amazing outcomes, I definitely want to consider going into production.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I think it's just really cool to see how everyone has such a different, distinct job, but then it all comes together into this like wonderful kind of piece. And I think I'd really like to incorporate that into what I do.
Okay. So you both were speakers, and then this year, Megan, you hosted, and Mishaal, you joined the speaking committee. What made you decide to go behind the scenes?
So when I was giving my talk, the speakers committee really helped me, and I saw how important it was to have a strong committee behind the speakers. So I wanted to go and be there for them, help them prepare for the talk, and that's why I wanted to really work with the speakers in order to host our show.
What about you, Megan? How about hosting? Did CTN help you or in any way?
Yeah, I had a great experience with CTN, and just I love the fact that it's so student run. You know, CTN trains all of our student volunteers, and they train me like on different mic techniques and how to put myself on stage and like different ways that I could communicate. Throughout the whole show, I was communicating with Alicia, I was communicating with the entire like control center. So yes, I mean, it was just a really wonderful experience because it was so student based.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we have a clip from you hosting, so let's look at that one.
That was extremely brave and powerful for you to come up here and talk about this with us. So, when we're discussing mental health with both like teens and adults, what would you say to someone who is experiencing the beginning stages of a mental illness, or even, you know, feeling depressed? What would you say?
If you're struggling mentally right now, put your thoughts into actions. You know, make a note to yourself, like, I don't know, write in your phone or something, do a physical action, something to remind you that to go and get help, because you are loved and you deserve to have a fulfilling life. So yeah.
Thank you. Let's get another round of applause. All right. So, how many of you were raised in a religion growing up? No, you got baptized, confirmed, you did your bar mitzvah. So I was raised in the Christian religion, and I think religion is great because, you know, it gives you a set of beliefs and rules that you should follow, you know, growing up. But the world around us, you know, it's so diverse and it varies so much, and it often leaves us questioning our religion, questioning these rules and beliefs that we have to follow. So our next speaker is Andy Kemmerly, and she's a senior at Pioneer High School, and today she's going to be discussing her relationship with the religion of Mormonism. So let's give her a hand.
So Megan, I know kind of a big historic moment happened at that TEDx. You want to share?
Yeah, so that was Bryn Hindle's talk, and she actually received the first standing ovation that we've had at the conference, like in all 3 years so far. So it was just a really, you know, monumental moment for both me as a host and for her as a speaker, for all of us really. It was just a great experience.
Cool. So why do you think, so just moving on, I know you guys said that CTN really helped you, you know, learn how to mic and all that stuff. Why do you think other organizations, why should use CTN?
So like I said before, you know, I really like the way that it's student-based, and I think other organizations would really like to use CTN because just the resources and opportunities for students are endless. You know, we all learn like different methods about, you know, just how to present ourselves, whether on stage or, you know, backstage, and how like production really works, and I think it's great for people who are interested in production and, you know, maybe not, but maybe are thinking about, you know, wanting to learn about that. Just as an organization, it's great to give those kinds of opportunities to people, I think.
Great. So what's up next for TEDx?
So we're going to start planning our 2018 event starting in September and October of 2017.
Okay.
And then hopefully in April 2018 we will host our next conference where we'll get a new group of speakers to present their ideas.
And is there any like benefits for students to join TEDx? I mean, I know we get a cool T-shirt, you know, see at our table here, but you know, do they get like leadership experience, you know, public speaking experience? Like, what do you think the benefits are of TEDx?
They have an opportunity to share an idea that's so meaningful to them, and they can engage with the audience and the people who are on the board to see what they think about their ideas. And also it's a great public experience, and they can also work with different teachers and students to perfect their talk.
All right. And where can people go to learn more about TEDx Youth?
They can go to TEDxYouth.org to find out more about our event.
Okay, well, thank you, ladies. Well, last note, what's up next for you, ladies?
I'm going to be a senior at Skyline High School, and then hopefully after that, I hope to attend the University of Michigan.
Are you going to join TEDx this year, do you think?
Again, yes.
Nice. What about you, Megan?
I'm actually attending Yale University in the fall.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I plan on studying economics and public health, so I'm going to see where that takes me. But definitely open to, you know, production. Yale has an amazing like theater and drama department, and I know that they, you know, utilize a lot of the same things that CTN does.
Yep.
So, you know, just trying to be involved in that and seeing the opportunities presented around me is definitely, hopefully coming to see the TEDx event if I can.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. Well, enjoy your summers. Good luck
Thank
next
you.
year.
Thank you so much.
Well, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more on Experience CTN. In the meantime, come in and experience CTN for yourself. Email ctn@a2gov.org. To watch other programs, visit us online at a2gov.org/watchctn. I want to thank our crew, Matthew Drake, Steve Mackey, Robert Horn, KJ Johnson, Aaron Foster, Nathan Johnson, and Alicia May, and I'm your host, Natalia Tejeda.